Ohio, good morning guys. Welcome back to Japan in a van. We said goodbye to our friends, got to enjoy a nice morning here at Dockbill, and now it's time to finally head out to our next adventure, which is one that I've personally been waiting for this entire trip. We're heading out to a remote part of Fukushima called Aizuwakamatsu. And the reason why I'm so excited for this adventure is because Aizuwakamatsu is known as the city of the samurai. Welcome to Japan in a Van, episode 6. Lucky for me, Ebisu is right on the other side of the mountains from Aizu. It was a relatively quick 1.5 hour drive. Aizu is a city surrounded by mountains. It's a castle town in the interior of the Fukushima prefecture, known for its samurai traditions. Towards the end of Japan's feudal era, the Aizu clan remained loyal to the shogun even after the feudal leader was removed from power. As a result, the town became the battleground of the Boshin War in 1868. As soon as you enter Aizu, you can get a sense of how old and how much tradition is in this city.
In 500 meters, turn left.
Our first location is going to take us somewhere of great importance to samurai's history. Welcome to Aizuwakamatsu. We have a ton of ground to cover today, not necessarily driving wise, but exploration wise. Like I told you guys, Aizuwakamatsu is just pouring over with tradition, culture, and history, and I'm so excited to take you guys along. Today is going to be absolutely awesome. Okay, so we're starting our adventure here out at Aizuwakamatsu at Surugajo Castle, which is especially important because it is one of the final strongholds of the samurai. Aside from the beautiful scenery around the castle, Suruga Castle has a strong story to tell. Surugajo Castle was built more than 600 years ago, and the original stone base and fortifications still stand today. It was destroyed after the Boshin War of 1868, a rebellion against the newly formed Meiji government, which had taken over control from the Tokugawa shogun and put an end to Japan's feudal era. The Surugajo Castle was one of the final strongholds of the samurai, loyal to the shogun. You can actually make it all the way up to the castle and get an incredible view of Aizuwakamatsu. Usually there's an exhibit inside where you can get some of the samurai's history, but unfortunately, it was closed. So, not only the castle, but the park was beautiful as well. The surrounding moat and stone walls, which previously served as defensive purposes for the castle, add to the samurai atmosphere of the park. Man, that was absolutely beautiful. Now, unfortunately, they are supposed to have like a samurai exhibit thing going on inside the castle. Unfortunately, they were doing renovations, so it wasn't open. But nonetheless, it's cool that we actually got to come here and see one of the last remaining samurai strongholds.
Wodow 118 house, Wodow 121 house.
Sick, man. Man, the architecture here is absolutely beautiful. Like what I had pictured in my head for town, for city of the samurai, this is what I would have thought of. Mountains everywhere, traditional Japanese buildings everywhere, cherry blossoms, huge samurai castles. It's absolutely incredible. Next up, our adventure takes us to a place called Invidia Hill. And like I said, this is especially a sacred spot for the samurai because of the story that this place has to tell. Let's go check it out. So to get up to the site, you have to climb around 190 stairs to get up to the hill. What's on top of the hill and what happened on the hill is why this place is so important. So, Invidia Hill stands to tell a story of the Byakutai, which means White Tiger Force. This was a group of over 300 teenage samurai of the Aizu domain. Before you reach the top of the hill, you're met with the temple Aizu Suzado. This was constructed by a priest named Ikudo, built using traditional Japanese woodwork. It's truly amazing to see this structure in person, and when you enter in, you'll hear the building creak as you make the spiraling journey up and down. Its construction is so unique that those going up will never meet others going back down. This is pretty incredible. Okay, now we can make our way up to the top. Now this is where the story gets interesting. The Byakutai were sons of Aizu samurai, teenage boys that were 16 or 17 years old. They were subdivided by rank in the domain's samurai population, with 2 squads from the Shichu or upper rank, and 2 from the Yorai or middle rank, and 2 from the lowest rank. In October, the Aizu were abandoned by the other northern domain as the pro-imperial forces laid siege to Segura Castle. At the height of the battle, 20 members of the 2nd Shichu squad were cut off from the rest of their unit. The young boys retreated to Lemuri Hill, which overlooked the castle town. When the boys got a vantage point, they saw what looked like the castle to be on fire. Believing their lord and families to be dead, they committed seppuku, ritual suicide. One of the boys, Lunuma Sarikichi, survived the suicide attempt when he was found and saved by a samurai's wife. It is only through him that the story of the honorable Byakutai lives on. Well, that was pretty amazing. Next up, I think it's time for some lunch. Gotta climb down all these stairs. As I was leaving, I found this little stand, and this is something called manju. It's a Aizuwakamatsu like sweet treat that you can find here. It's like fried mochi, I guess. Looks pretty interesting. I figured since we're here, it's specific to Aizu, might as well try it. And it's got red bean paste in it too. That's super good. Sick. First R34 sighting in Japan since I've been here. Almost 9 days? 10 days? This is a special masa recommendation. So masa is pretty good. This is a specific type of ramen to Aizuwakamatsu, so it should be pretty good. Look at that. This looks absolutely insane. Oh, so good on a cold day. Literally insane. That was so good. But now, I'm so full. Kitakata ramen, 10 out of 10. You guys think samurais ate ramen back in the day? We're gonna continue living like a samurai today, and we're actually gonna go to a samurai house, like a house that was owned by a samurai. So we're gonna go check that out, see how and what it looked like where samurais actually lived. That's pretty cool.
Turn right onto Wodao 118.
Welcome to Aizuwakamatsu. So this entire complex here is a samurai's residence. We're gonna take a tour through the whole thing and see how they actually lived. This is gonna be so cool. I'm so stoked. Such like a samurai nerd. I love it. This Aizu samurai residence served as the quarters of the region's most important and highest ranked samurai, as well as his family, employees, and servants. The original samurai house was actually burnt down during the Boshin War in 1868, but what we're seeing right here is the residence since it's been reconstructed and furnished to replicate its appearance in the Edo period. Because of the importance of the samurai and the size of his regime, the samurai residence is quite expansive. There are so many different rooms and sections to look at, including gardens, guest rooms, tea house, an archery range, which we'll visit later, and a rice mill. As you can see throughout the rooms, there are mannequins and props portraying what it was like back in the samurai days. Seeing all the rooms and the props and the residence itself really makes you wonder what daily life was like back then. Absolutely incredible. I think I need to get this for the entrance of Tiana and I's house. What do you guys think? I think I'm just gonna turn our home into a samurai palace. There's a samurai bow yard. We're doing it. Hi. Okay. Daijoubu.
Okay. Oh, up. Pull. Big pull.
Oh. Hi. Hi. Arigatou gozaimasu. Arigatou gozaimasu. I get to Tiana something. Let's see. I think Tiana will like the little lucky cat. Bye-bye. That was amazing. Officially called today a success. Living like a samurai in Japan for a day. I went to samurai archery school and got a bullseye. That was so great. Gotta be kidding me. Godzilla sake? Oh my god. Well, we're taking this home. Okay. Now, absolutely none of that was planned, but that was absolutely amazing. Today we've seen some pretty amazing locations and experienced some very old traditions. But there's one last place I want to visit before we end our day in Aizuwakamatsu. Alright, well, we've pretty much completed everything that I really wanted to do today in Aizuwakamatsu, except for actually going into the mountains. Mount Bandai is close, and I really wanted to actually camp there, but I missed the campsite's opening by 4 days. Today's the 22nd, they open the 26th. So unfortunately, no campsite tonight, but that's okay, because we actually found a little local waterfall. You guys know that I love my waterfalls. I figured it is almost 4, so not quite time yet to go get dinner, which I have something super good planned for dinner. So I figured we'd go walk the waterfall. I might go see Mount Widebody one more time just to catch it at sunset, because I feel like being that high up in the city will be beautiful. And then we'll go grab some dinner, but let's go see if this waterfall's cool. For this mini adventure, we're heading to Takizawa Fudo Waterfall in Aizuwakamatsu. This fall was used by villagers and samurais to pray at for good luck during the war. This fall definitely has one of the most beautiful and interesting torii gate entrances I've ever seen. This is pretty amazing. Really nothing like fresh waterfall air in Japan with shrines around you. Like, what? So cool. It's even cooler that the samurais came here to pray for good luck. The history and the culture here is just always mind-blowing. Time to head back to the van. One last one. Told you guys I wanted to come back one more time before sunset to see the city. Look at this. Absolutely beautiful. Not a bad way to end the day. You can see the entire city from here. Absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
I thought this would be the perfect end to our day. So Aizu is not only known for their ramen, but they're known for giant, massive katsu. Sauce katsu, I guess. This is insane. This is the biggest katsu I've ever had in my whole life. Insane. Just for reference to my face. Oh my god. Here we go. This might be the best meal I've ever had in Japan. Look at this. Oh my god. I need to savor every bite. That's unbelievable. Oh, that's all I had to do. I couldn't do the rice, but the katsu was phenomenal. Good news, there's a kombini right there. So we're gonna run to kombini, grab some water, snacks, and then head to the hotel. That's kind of wild. Snacks acquired. I don't know if I told you guys this yet, but tomorrow is our last day of Japan in a van. It's like really bittersweet. I'm so excited to get back to Tokyo, get back to my 34, and honestly go home and see Tiana and Sparko. We have 3 days back in Tokyo and then get to go home, and we have a very, very big surprise for you guys planned when I get home. But I am so ready to be back at my own house with Tiana, with Sparko. But also, living out of this van, traveling Japan has been the coolest and best thing I've ever done in my entire life. I don't want to get too sentimental right now. It's like starting to kind of sink in that we're not going to be doing Japan in a van anymore. and it went by so fast. Anyways, what I was getting to was, the reason why I wanted to tell you guys that is because we have another 4.5 hour drive tomorrow all the way down to Mount Fuji from here at Aizuwakamatsu. So I wanted to get some snacks for the road trip. Alright, quick little hotel check. We are staying in your typical, very tiny city Japanese hotel room. Ending our night out here at the hotel, doing some work. Oh my god. This has been like the longest, shortest 9 days of my life. Like, it felt like it went by like this, but my body and my mind just feels so exhausted from all the constant travel and exploring and adventuring. I mean, it's been freaking amazing. We've gone city after city doing as much as we can cram into one day, and it's just been so much fun, and I honestly can't believe it's actually coming to an end tomorrow. So far we've started all the way up in Hokkaido. I made it all the way down to Aizuwakamatsu, and then tomorrow we have our last big jump, which is going to be about 4 hours from Aizu, Arakuriyama Sengen Park near Mount Fuji, which is going to be absolutely beautiful. You guys have probably seen the pictures before, but it's got a really beautiful shrine overlooks Mount Fuji that I'm really excited to take you guys to. I thought that would be an excellent spot for us to end our halfway trip through the entire country of Japan, and I'm really hoping that you guys enjoy this. Please let me know in the comments below, because I would love to actually do a part 2 and this time be able to take Tiana. Tiana actually works full-time, so she wasn't able to come on this trip because we have a couple more trips planned throughout the year that she couldn't take that much time off work for, but next year I'd love to plan when she can actually come and do this trip with me, because it was truly amazing. And the next one would be going from the opposite, the very bottom Kyushu area up to Mount Fuji, and probably do that during summertime so that everything's open. I'm actually beginning to edit right here. I'm gonna do a little bit of work and get some sleep, get some much needed sleep, because I'm exhausted. And I'm gonna go into a food coma. The food today was amazing. That's another thing I didn't really ever talk about, is how all the food was, because we tried all kinds of different food from every area that we traveled to, and it was all just absolutely incredible. I mean, everything about the trip. So I wanted an adventure, and I definitely got what I asked for through all the ups and downs, the turns, the unexpectedness. I mean, it was absolutely incredible, and I really do feel like I got what I wanted out of this trip, and that was to be uncomfortable and learn to be okay with that uncomfortability. I don't know, it was just really good. So I'm going to go ahead and end today's video here. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Make sure, if you guys have not already, hit that subscribe button. Never miss an episode. Also, leave me a like and a comment down below if you guys enjoyed. And I will see all of you for the last and final episode of Japan in a Van tomorrow. Peace out.